up. It is fun to hit things.
Yes.
But tonight, we're not going to hit things. Well,
What do you mean?
Hopefully, we're not going to hit things.
That's what you say. We are totally hitting something tonight.
What am I doing here then?
We're hitting the Dimmer Sisters' house.
Exactly. We're not actually making physical contact per se, but we're definitely hitting the Dimmer Sisters.
Welcome back to actual play, the Wobbegong crew. I think this is session 12. That's nuts.
Yay.
Well, 12 games. We are now tier 2. Last session, we made a mistake. We said that it cost your tier times 4 coin. It does not. It costs your tier times 8 coin to grow up. So luckily, we had 8 coin in the vault, and amongst the 3 of us, we scrabbled together 8 more. So we are now tier 2. We hold. Thanks to bringing in those ghosts to fuel the warframes that Ulf Ironborn has got to unleash in Coleridge. By the way, we should figure out why the Lamplacks have disappeared. Just minor point, because I think I know, but you know.
I know, Maud. Why do you think so, Maud?
I think they left. I think they got a better offer. They hopped the lightning rail and boom, they were gone.
Yeah. Sense about them. They would.
They're an enslaved cult that's living in that area now, and those that haven't been eaten.
I'm just wondering if it was Atreus that got to them, or if it was the Spirit Wardens.
No, obviously what happened was they got offered a really good deal on board with Leviathan Hunter. They could be a crew together in a great big ship, and there you go.
Fucking dead.
You don't go.
Dead.
Yeah. That's like the happy fairy tale that thieves tell each other when a gang just disappears.
Yeah,
it's like, oh, they're a Leviathan. They're on a Leviathan ship. They're living the good life. They're in Aruvia. They're in Aruvia. People are feeding them grapes. It's wonderful.
They're down on the Dagger Islands. They're sipping cocktails. It's fantastic.
Yeah, most who are on a Leviathan Hunter are there because they've been conscripted, not because they went by choice. Press ganged is more like it.
Now, I'll have you know that that's not at all what we did on my father's ship.
That's not at all.
We just got them helplessly drunk, and then they woke up on board. That's what happened.
And how is that different?
There was no physical violence.
Welcome back, all. Last time we snuck 3 ghosts that weren't quite ghosts. Thanks, Judd. They weren't quite ghosts yet. We managed to get them all the way to ghosthood. And we stuck them into Ulf Ironborn, and there were 3 Skovlander war heroes, and they're going to now be the ghosts that power some hulls that are these monstrous machines. They're called warframes, and they're like the equivalent of the machine gun being introduced, and they're terrifying, and they're probably going to be unleashed in Coleridge now because we're great people, and that's what we do. We help other great people. But we got a job from Lord Skurlock to go steal a book from the Dimmer Sisters. Judd, did he tell us the name of the book? I don't remember it if he did.
No, I don't think he did.
It'll be great. We get there like, okay, this game.
There's like a library. We're all
take them all.
Who has the bag of holding?
None of us.
I have a portable hole.
When we were playing Pathfinder, we abused the bag of holding so bad. Every time we come into a treasure vault, 50 bottles of precious wine, throw it all in. A table that we like, throw it in. We're like, how big is something? It doesn't matter, throw it in.
Hence portable hole, man.
Yeah. Is that you didn't think to say a name of one, or did we really not know the name of the book we're trying to get? We need to figure out what that is.
I mean, if you send word to him, he will send you the name of the book. I don't think that's an issue.
It could be he didn't tell us because we hadn't agreed yet.
That is very true.
You agreed. I mean, at first we hadn't agreed, but you were like, cool, so we're going to do this job now.
Anything to not have to deal with people who sell children. Yeah.
Yeah, right. I love that. You're like, creepy demon summoning vampires, but doesn't deal in child trafficking. Okay, cool. That's my line right there. I mean, pick your poison, right? It's Duskfall. There's no good people here. Including us.
Well, I mean, we're good enough the fact that we take care of each other.
We do.
Yeah,
Look.
I mean the hive, or any other crew could say the same though.
If you're old enough to get eaten by this vampire, you hadn't had a good enough time so far. You had a couple of years. Kids never had a shot.
Yeah,
Exactly.
fair. We say that until we find out that he likes preying on
Children.
bitty ones. Yeah, but we don't know that yet. So
Because he needs virginal blood. So
we can have hope. We can have hope in our life. Hey John, how are you? It's good to see you. Mad Mod, sure. Mad Mod is right. She is.
Yes.
she's not mad. She's disgruntled.
She's a bit crazy. No, she's off her rocker.
We're gonna do some downtime.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Judd, anything we need to know in vis-a-vis entanglements before we jump into our downtime?
No, I don't think so. I think let's just do entanglements come before or after downtime?
You rolled them before, and then you decide to throw them in whenever you feel like.
Oh, let's do that then. Oh, I opened right to the page. That's so great. That never happens. Never happens.
Oh, snap.
Do you have
Holy crap! I'm stressed out.
book
We know
darts? If you don't own them, I highly recommend them, Judd, or anybody. They
Oh,
are,
I ordered those for my son. He loves them.
yeah, they're these super thin little tabs that you slide onto tied onto pages, so they don't crease the book overly because they're very thin, but they stick out nicely and they let you mark pages in the book. And I think I got 100 for 12 or 15 bucks.
Nice.
$12.
Bookdarts.com, I think. Really great, super useful way of keeping tabs on book.
Cool.
Yeah,
So
Sean shared that with me prior to Christmas, and I picked up some. Great stocking stuffer.
Yeah. Sorry, you were saying, Judd?
no, I'm just looking at your heat, and it's pretty low.
Yeah.
Hey. Eyes up here, pal. You can keep your eyes off my heat, okay?
What was that?
That was him rolling.
It's not your engagement roll; it's your entanglement roll, but it's the same difference.
Oh, that's fine. Yep.
Ooh.
I got the last time we were talking about having to go to Iron Hook. We're all arguing about who got to go in. No, I think I should go. No, I think I should go.
Well,
Hey, I've already been.
if I didn't need to take the occultist move last time, I was going to take Jailbird, which gives you a better chance of doing well in internet, because we really should establish a hold on Iron Hook. It's really smart for one of us to go in at some point. Like, practically, if we weren't on a job for Skurlock right now to get demons out of the city, I would just be like, fuck it, I'll just go turn myself in, because it's worth it. I mean, I'll play another character, or you guys can do a job without me. Like, we're at level 1, which means we got some heat on us. Serving some time and getting known in Iron Hook is worth it. Or we could all go in and like do a score in Iron Hook.
Ooh.
That's a good point. Yeah.
I really wouldn't mind. It would be terrible, but
That'd be a great smuggling mission.
Oh.
I would take a smuggling job
into Iron Hook? Hell
to
yeah.
smuggle stuff in Iron Man.
Oh my god, the rep would be huge.
Well, and to try and use our time there to not only deliver the goods but also build up I mean, I'd like to have a gang in Iron Hook, just like people are people there, so that when we go, we have protection.
Like our rovers or our thugs?
Mm-hmm.
Gotcha.
Well, I mean, we have advancements coming up.
Yeah. Yep. Point being, the only way to really like develop Iron Hook is to be in there. So I'm all for it.
Okay.
No, Judd, are we screwed or what?
I love the idea of smuggling into Iron Hook.
Well, you know who's
No, you're not that screwed.
That's good. That's good.
I mean, we're always screwed, right? It's just a question of how.
At this point in time, just not that badly.
The leader of the Billhooks, Torval, is an Iron Hook.
I was thinking about that. Yeah.
So if we wanted to do a job for Corin, getting Torval something, we're already good with them. Yeah. Not tonight, but
Now we got to get on
Now
the
for the Pointer
sisters.
Sisters.
Did you say the Pointer Sisters? Are you so excited you just can't hide
I
it?
have the new Ghost of 2. I'm thinking it's the Pointer Sisters. If not, I'm going to be so embarrassed that I
What was
missed
the song you just broke into?
I've got a new attitude, which
Okay.
is by Patti LaBelle.
Oh, okay.
Well, I only know because I just looked up. I did not have encyclopedic knowledge of this.
Oh yes, Jay, you should live in shame now.
Yeah. So
Second, guys, I gotta. My children have woken up, and I have to go kill them.
Oh,
there you go. That sounds reasonable. Yeah, you've got a rival gang that's kind of a gang that is usually neutral, messing with your stuff, but we can do that amidst your other stuff. So go ahead and let's get some downtime going.
Cool. Why don't we just jump in? I'm sure Jay will be fine if we do it.
Yeah.
Pete, since you weren't here last time, why don't you kick us off with your downtime?
Oh, don't mind if I
know
do.
what you want to do. Yeah, cool.
I am going to do something that I rarely do. I'm going to go into, hold on one sec here. I'm going to go into Coleridge, and I'm going to go to Shishta. That I know of. It's Irivian or Ivrian? What are the
Iruvian?
Irivian? It's an Irivian merchant, we'll say. Has a little back room. Doesn't really look dangerously.
Yeah. What are you doing? Are you just blowing off some stress? What are you doing there?
Well, some stress, taking care of, making sure that I'm still seen in certain places.
Got it.
It is better to be seen than not to be seen.
That'll save me some money.
Jay, you're certainly not centered. Oh, there we go.
He's getting
Camera's not going to help that, buddy.
Okay. My Roll20 is sluggish for me tonight, guys. I'm sorry. This is taking a little while.
No problem.
Okay. So so I click Indulge Vice. Is that what it is?
Click Indulge Vice, indeed.
Okay.
It'll do the maths for you.
Okay. I don't do any bonus dice.
Nice.
Almost nice. Close to nice. Scannon, how do you overindulge?
Oh, is that what the 5 is?
Well, it looks like you had 4 stress.
Right.
You clear 5, which means you overindulge. Your choices are, let me pull them up. Your choices are lost, which means you are lost in your vice and you skip a session.
Okay.
And you play a different character.
Okay.
You can brag, and we get +2 heat. You can get into trouble, and Judd rolls up another entanglement. Or you can piss off your vice purveyor, and you're cut off. That typically really only is an option if you have like a single vice purveyor. If you can go anywhere you want, then losing a vice purveyor doesn't. It has to be like, now you no longer enjoy getting high and you need to find a different way to find stupor. Like, it's got to be a way that impacts you. You can't just be like, oh, cool, I go to the shop across the street instead.
I would like to get into trouble.
Awesome.
Sweet. That's fun.
I think that I am so thoroughly buzzed that when I come to, the gentleman whose ribs I just broke from kicking them in, I realize that he may have some connections to more powerful gangs in the city.
Nice.
Nice.
Dad, I think you get another entanglement.
Which is one of those moments where Scannon says to himself, I wonder if this will come back to haunt me.
So, Pete, you mentioned like something a little bit colorful. You kicked someone's ribs in. What happened?
I don't know. I was blacked out from all my smoke, and when I came to consciousness, there was a gentleman on the ground in the alleyway with my boots still firmly planted. alongside of him.
Got it.
And I think to myself, I think I've seen him somewhere. This can't be good.
Cool. Good. Yeah. So you kicked in. Let me find the name I want.
Okay.
It's not Kyle.
This is a good way to start a session.
Yeah.
And how about another entanglement?
Yeah. So you kind of come to over this guy, and you can remember being pissed at him about something, and you're not sure what exactly he said. And then you remember what he said. You guys were in some kind of an argument, and he said something about, "Do you know who I am?" And that's when you started kicking the shit out of him.
Right.
And you now vaguely remember through the haze of smoke and violence that he said something about the Lord Governor.
Oh, well, there you go. Also, I have clearly been hanging out with Charming way too much.
He's a Tory. Beat him.
And yeah, his name is Pollux.
Oh.
And as you look through his stuff, you realize that he's like an attaché to the Lord Governor, and he's like the Lord Governor's spiritualist and runebinder.
Jeez. Well, there you go.
Yeah, he's kind of. I mean, he's alive, but like
He's not happy.
he's definitely not happy, and he won't see morning unless he gets to a doctor.
Good. Okay. I'll take him.
Hey, that problem worked itself out. There you go.
Yeah, I'm sure the spiritual advisor to the Lord Governor wouldn't leave a vengeful ghost behind if he died.
Fucking ghost.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and you also remember now some like the owner of the bar screaming at you in Eruvian, and he comes out with like a pistol in one hand and an Eruvian dagger in the other, and he says,
No, I stop and I go, wait, this man clearly needs help. Let's go.
he says, "This is your problem."
All right, then I'll go.
He turns around and closes the door to the shop.
Smart man.
I feel like that's when like shutters are drawn, the close sign is flipped.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to button up his coat. I'm going to wind his collar around my hand twice, and I'm going to start dragging him. I'm in Coleridge.
Yeah.
Let's see here.
What was Pollux, the spiritual advisor of the Lord Governor, doing in some hashish shop in Coleridge? Is what I'm
That's the best hashish shop in Coleridge, obviously.
It does. That's like
man.
the best rat trap in.
Why
in
would
Rat
one even
Trapville.
ask that question? It's the superior place to get smoked, obviously.
What's Scannon doing there?
Coleridge has factory workers, a tenement housing. You know that scene in Peaky Blinders where there was like the big fire spitting out of the side of the road? Right?
Yeah.
That's Coleridge, right? Like,
Yeah.
it's not
Totally.
it's not old.
Yeah, but I mean, you look at traditional like opium dens, and they're in places like Coleridge.
I'm not doubting.
So
I'm
that's
just
what I'm
wondering
saying.
why
But
Pollux
like,
just doesn't have his opium hand delivered to him, in White Crown.
because this is the best, and they can't get it anywhere else. That's
Well, it's
gonna go scout on
moot
that.
because you currently have given bleeding out. So.
He's not bleeding out. He's bleeding internally. Come on.
He's stunned.
Bleeding in.
Line up for the fjords.
Don't be dramatic.
I'm gonna drag it. I'm gonna drag him to Night Market to the Dagger Isle folk I know there.
Okay. Yeah, I remember there was a woman there who you mentioned.
My mentor. Yeah.
Yeah. She opens the door and looks down at the man at your feet, and she says, "Why are you bringing me your garbage?"
I'm going to need some help with this one.
No, not in my house. Put him in the cart. We'll take him somewhere else.
Very good. I heave him gently into the cart.
Yeah. and she hitches up her goat and takes him to an Isles tea house.
Okay.
And you guys go into the cellar.
Mm-hmm.
She says, "What is your plan?"
My plan is to make him feel better and then leave him at the Lightning Rail station. I fear that perhaps I've done a little too much kicking. I'm hoping there's a way where we can save him that won't involve too much bloodletting, leeches, or cutting off something that can't be replaced later.
She says, let me know if I can help.
Who can I? Is this a place that has a healer? He asks. Hopefully.
She shakes her head. She says, "No, this is a tea house that my sister owns that has a good cellar."
Ah, fantastic. All right. If you could, just keep an eye on him for a moment while I go find the Sawbones.
Where do you go?
I am going to go to...
I know that one of my closest friends is a Sawbones.
I'm going to go to the canal.
Mm-hmm.
I know that there are Dagger Isle psychic surgeons who are actually, some of them are actually legitimate medicine men. And I'm going to find one of them and give him some of my hard-earned coin to come with me.
Do you have any coin left? I remember the group was...
I have a coin left.
Sean pretty much pared us all down to one coin.
Yep.
Not counting our stash.
And you have your stash, yeah.
Yeah.
Have you hit lifestyle yet? I know I haven't because I keep spending mine, but
no, I'm one shy, I think.
Yeah, so you're still basically gutter trash in terms of lifestyle. You still have like 0 dice in lifestyle if you wanted to just like pay for it out of like your spending expenses. So
no, just okay,
but a coin is a lot of money. A coin is a big stack of cash.
All right, so but that will bring him with me and heal the guy, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So her name is Dr. Mara.
There we go.
And she comes with you, and
all right.
She begins working on him, and she says, "What happened to this man?"
He was beset by brigands.
Instant lie.
Not entirely. I mean,
well, brigand.
And really beset.
Cool. Scannon, she's doing her thing, and you see a glow start to come out of Pollux's shirt. And you realize that like the psychic surgery has triggered some kind of defense mechanism that he had on himself.
Shit.
Some kind of like ectoplasmic tattoo that he had.
Okay.
She is unaware of it as of right now.
Okay.
What do you do?
I am going to. I guess I'm going to use a tune to boost her.
Cool. Awesome.
So create like an aura of protection or whatever around her.
Sounds good. Make a roll. I think it's risky standard.
Oh, a good whiskey standard. That's what I like to hear.
Mm-hmm.
And contextually, because the ghost field like exists all around us, like anybody can attune, and you can be like, it looks like something's going nuts, and you know you can like see it in a way that doesn't just look like goop. Right? You can see it in a way that you can be like, oh, cool. We need to put this there and pull that there, and you know, and sort of address it on a technical level, rather than like scary ghost thing is happening now.
Bam!
Nice. That's the one.
Nailed it.
Sweet. Cool. Yeah. You bolster her through it. And she kind of like shirks away, and there are some sparks, and then she finishes, and she says, "He'll live," and she takes like the bag of silver that you offered to pay her.
Okay.
And she says, when he wakes up, tell him to be careful of brigands.
I will make sure that he remains safe the entire time.
Good day.
I just took your one last coin.
Thank you.
Out of love.
I know.
But hey, you're out of stress now. How good is that?
Cool. And you are out of stress.
I'm going to bring him upstairs to the tea house. I'm going to sit him in a chair. I'm going to pour him a nice hot cup of tea, and then I'm going to bugger off back to the hideout.
Nice.
I was just looking at your sheet, and you don't need to fill in that last box. I don't think. 1, 2, 4.
There are 8 all told.
8, 9. Oh no, you do. Never mind. Okay, never mind. You do.
John, why you got to get my hopes up, man?
Sorry, I thought there was 10 boxes on the sheet, but there isn't. There's just 9,
Okay.
and then the 10th one is the one. Got it.
Now I can live in luxury.
Yeah.
I can live closer to the way that I should become accustomed to living.
Right. I can tell Scannon is like used to a better lifestyle than what we live. Do you guys want to round robin it and each of us do a downtime and then
Yeah.
Jay, do you have something in mind for Charming?
Oh yes. See,
Did we have to ask?
there's a brand new haberdasher in from special haberdasher from Scotland, and Charming knows exactly where he's setting up shop. It's all first come, first serve. So he's camping out overnight to get this new petticoat that he's extremely interested in. So yeah, I'm indulging some vice.
Nice. It also strikes me funny because I feel like every line I've ever seen in New York City is people waiting for sneakers. So it just reminds me. It reminds me of sneakerheads in New York City.
Yeah.
Jeez.
It's like a whole subculture that I know nothing of.
How would I get other dice on stress rolls? It's just one dice normally, right?
Well, you click Indulge Vice. It's your lowest attribute. So for Charming, that is
A 1.
a 1. But if you bring a friend along, they give you a bonus die.
I keep on asking, but everyone always pretty much says the same thing. It's like, no.
So what? But if you want in the future, if you want more, you already have 3 in prowess. So if you want to ring up your dice, you're gonna have to take a dot in either an insight ability, hunt, study, or tinker, and then also in a resolve ability, attune, consort, or sway. That's how you raise your.
I was planning on training prowess to get pretty close to my worth out in skirmish, but
Well,
very
skirmish
close to resolve too.
skirmish won't help you because you already have a dot in that. But
Yeah. I'm just not going to get stressed anymore. That's how we're going to work it.
that's perfect. Yeah, there you go. Just don't take any stress, and you're good.
Good for you.
There we go. So that was relaxing. You know, sat around, talked about hairstyles.
Nice.
Are you gonna start modeling yourself off of Skurlock? Just like long curly braids and
No, none of that poncy stuff, mate. I'm talking about looking good, mate. I mean, look, his braids are nice and all, but look, it's not about what he looks like. It's about who did it, mate.
Are you trying to tell me that when we were in there, you weren't ogling those braids? I think
Look, Matt,
if you hadn't smelled them, I wouldn't have.
I can't believe I missed an episode of Ogling. How is that possible?
I lift up my lapel. Like, it's all about this name right here, mate. Look, you look however you want to look, mate. But it's about who did the job, isn't it? Look, his curls and locks are nice and all right, but
that was a curiously deep statement. It's all about who does the job.
Exactly,
yes,
mate.
Yes, it is.
If Fiona and Brightstone ain't done your curls, mate, then they ain't done, are they?
Oh my!
What was the name you just said, Jay?
Fiona.
Fiona?
Over a Brightstone way, not deep in Brightstone like a Ponce like, but more like on the outside, like where you can actually get in, but you got to know the right person to get there, like. You know what I mean?
Maud sitting there with like her hair that is all like just perpetually matted down and like wasted. She's like, no, not a clue.
You've. Wait, is that by accident? I thought you were going for something there, mate.
I thought that was planned also. Is that not planned?
Let's just say that I've got other places I take our hard-earned coin and spend it. She pulls on like layer 7 of her very many layered attire because they all have holes in them. They're all tattered. She's definitely moved up since joining the Wobbegong crew, but she is not somebody you'd want to take out on a date. At least not the way she's dressed.
Fair enough.
Nice. All right. Well, Maud's gonna do the same. And I'm going to do a twofer. I'm going to both indulge Vice and work on a long-term project in the same action. And I want to know when Maud goes to find Flint. It's been a while. Last time I saw him, he was like, "Get out," and we left on not great terms, but we didn't leave on horrible terms.
Yeah.
We no longer besties. But she wants to present him. I mean, he has shrines to all of the various gods, and she wants to basically see if he's interested in working with her on this very convoluted project, which is to use their connection with the Saint of Witches to learn about all of these people, and presumably from Flint's perspective to shirk them from some of their not so hard-earned coin, because they're all very welcome people. So she wants to take him with her and sort of like make him part of start inserting her own people, so it's not just her alone when she's meeting with the cult. He's already bought into the goddess, but the question is, will he buy into pulling one over on all these people? So I'm going to find out. I'm going to go down.
And just to be clear, didn't he almost pull a gun on you last time?
He did, almost. He did pull a gun. Yeah.
Everybody's making a fuss.
Yeah. And I resisted him hating me forever by saying, I'm going to leave now and get out of your hair. And he specifically was going to hate me forever. And I said, nope. And I told him I would give him some time. So I've given him some time. It's been a couple jobs. And now I'm trying to suss things out and find out whether he wants to get in on this. Because if he doesn't, I'm going to find my friend Quill and the Witch and bring her. But
okay.
Flint and I go way back. So.
Yep.
Yeah. So I find a shrine, I think.
Cool. Yeah, he's there. And when you walk up, he just kind of squares up to you and says, "What are you doing here?"
It's been a while. It's been some time. Things are better. No. The carnage in Coleridge has stopped.
Oh. Oh, well, as long as there are no fresh bodies on you, then, I mean, sure. We're good, right? I mean, no one's being slaughtered right this second that we know of.
What is it that you want me to do to make things right with you? I have been working my ass off trying, and she's still witch tainted, so I think she still has like some weird black tendrils kind of coming up that you can see a little bit. I've been doing everything in my power and working with everyone I could try and make things right.
That doesn't make you a good friend. That makes you a basically even human.
Are you interested in a job? Are you interested in making some coin?
Yeah, I am.
Do you have any problem lying to rich people who cause pain and suffering to all those around them?
No, I don't.
Then I'd like to bring you with me to a meeting amongst several cultists, amongst several worshippers of the Saint of Witches. Each of them, every one of them, powerful families within Duskwall. I need somebody there who has my back, so I'm not alone. And while you're at it, they are not shy with the with their offerings to the Saint of Witches.
Let's be clear and call this what it is, Maud. Your last chance.
Fair.
He gets his hat and his cane. Let's go.
All right.
This would be a good time to overindulge. This would be a really excellent time to overindulge.
Luckily, I'm so stressed, it's impossible. I don't think I can stress. Let's see. 1, 2, 3.
Oh my God, he rolled a 10 on his D6.
6, 7. Yeah, I've got too much stress to possibly overindulge. Yeah.
Sounds good.
But if I could,
a GM can hope. A GM can hope.
Well, maybe I'll roll really poorly, and then I'll say I'm going to try again with my second action. I don't think that's going to be the case, but a GM can always hope. Yeah. So the first thing I'm going to do is indulge my. So I'm going to bring him there and introduce him as another follower of witches, and I'm going to tell them that he is there by my welcome. Is anyone going to challenge me on that before we get to the vice indulging? Because I will be happy to shut anybody down if they say if anybody is disgruntled about it.
Nope.
Cool. I'm totally gruntled.
Cool. If they're all gruntled, then we're gonna have our seance, and we're gonna hear what they have to do, and I'm gonna indulge vice and work on my long-term project of infiltrating them.
Okay.
So first we indulge. Oh, thank you, Flint. Thank you so much. I'm going to say he was my last die.
Yeah.
Tag.
Actually, I'm gonna spend a coin while I'm there and have them minister to my wounds as well, if that's okay with you.
Sounds good.
So the next thing I'm doing is consorting with them to get in their good graces, to work on my secrets of the matron's cult clock.
Cool.
And I'm specifically using Flint for that. Oh, lovely. Okay, cool. Well, luckily that was a fortune roll, so I get a whopping 1 tick on that. I mean, I'm advancing this clock so slowly. And then I'm going to spend a coin to have them take care of me. And I think you said last time they had Their healers were quality 5.
Yeah.
Cool. Because I'm kind of sick of this wound just lingering around nonstop.
Nice.
All right, that's 2 ticks. End of the healing clock. Okay, and I'm done. Yeah. So eventually, I'll start working on getting back in good graces, Flint's good graces as well. But don't have time now.
Sounds good.
All right, Pete. What else you got?
Me?
Yeah, you got another action.
Yep, we're not at war. You get 2.
Yeah.
Holy crap! I am going to get a little stealthy with it. I guess I'm going to see. I'm going to see if I can start finding out what Joel loves.
Oh, nice. Cool.
What who loves?
Joel, the cop who effed up the blackjack, the cruise ship.
The blue coat that
Yes.
beat up the blackjack, and now we're going to have to make him pay.
Yep.
Also, I'm going to pick up a big bag of candy.
Actual candy or
Of actual
candy?
Of actual.
For the children. I'm going to reduce our heat by 1 for the just passing through.
Okay.
So we didn't.
Cool. What do you do to find out what Joel loves? You just kind of follow him?
I'm going to shadow him for a little bit.
Awesome.
One of the things I do.
Yeah.
Par excellence.
Make a roll.
Okay, that would be prowl. Is that prowl or hunt? Prowl. Moving about unseen.
Yeah.
I think both. I think you could make it ring for either one.
Okay. So is this a whiskey standard again, or?
It is whiskey standard. No, it's a fortune roll. It's just you're clicking away to talk.
Yeah, you're done having action working on the clock. Yeah, you got time. You don't need to rush this. So
okay. So is it still 2 dice?
You just click on it's your whatever you normally roll, but then when it says what is it standard, risky, whatever, you say it's fortune.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Hold on.
Yeah, no problem. It's a new thing. They added it in a little while ago. That's not an option.
Just confusing as hell. Okay. Position.
And position doesn't matter. You could say standard position.
Okay, there we go. Okay, so standard. I didn't get any bonus dice.
Cool. So that gets us 2 ticks on what does Joel love.
Cool. Where is that?
It's on the Wobbegong crew.
Is it on the Wobbegong crew? Cool.
Yeah, it's a 6-tick clock.
Yep, I see it. I'm clicking it off. Good.
Oh no, we didn't have any.
Oh, so somebody else did. Okay, got it.
At 0. We started it. We said we wanted to do it, but we didn't actually start working on it.
Got it. Yep.
See, but I remember because I love the blackjack, and I grew up on a boat. And if this motherfucker thinks that he's just going to get away with beating my ship, he's wrong.
Yes, Gannon.
Nice. Yeah, you skulk after him for an evening.
What does he love?
What does he love?
Yeah, he's not sure. You're not sure yet. You know he's got a family. You also know he's got a mistress. You're not sure. You're not sure. But what does he love? It's not quite clear yet.
All right. I need to get some coins so I can start greasing some palms.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, unfortunately, I don't know that this job is going to pay. Well, it might pay well. Who knows? I'm not sure if Skurlock is the kind to pay with coin or it's kind to pay with
favors.
Yeah.
Both of which could be really, really good.
Cool. Who's next?
Right. I think
Charming.
Yeah, Charming is getting together with a bunch of his lads who also have heard of the same. Like the conversation about the ringlets and the grooming has really gotten to him, and he realizes he got a little bit shaggy. So we're all going to get together and get her hair done at what did I say her name is?
Fiona.
Fiona's house. And this is a bunch of other gentlemen who go to the same haberdashers there. So what I'm going to be doing is training my resolve, specifically my consort, and working on getting some stress taken care of. So I'm going to spend a little bit of stash because I'm paying for a couple of my friends to join us. So
cool. Yeah, 2 stash.
Yep.
Is 1 coin. No, you have a coin, so you can just spend that.
Was it worse to spend a coin or a stash?
Yeah, because stash is 2 for 1. It's so you might as well spend coin until you run out.
All right. I'm gonna stress.
And we have resolve training, which means that you mark 2 XP ticks in resolve when you train it. We have both resolve and prowess training.
Nice.
So
sweet.
That gets you almost almost fills up your resolve track.
Yep. Let's make it 2. Let me just roll that die first. 3.
Nice.
Take care of that. Put that up there. Bob's your uncle. There we go.
Nice.
Bob is not my uncle.
We call him William, mate. Well, that's it. My lads got together. They did a bit too much drinking and didn't look as good as I did when I was done.
Charming, we're going to have to get you at some point a new gang. I think when we make the gang of rovers, like when we get a gang of rovers, they're going to have to be the kids, right?
The
like,
gang of dandies. Yeah.
Like, or maybe we'll get a gang of rooks, right? Like, because rooks they're con artists,
Yeah.
right?
The Mustache Club, yeah. The mustachio gentlemen. The
all these young kids that we use as your.
That could be it. You know, I spent time to get all the children gussied up at Fiona's.
Yeah. Nice. They look lovely. Absolutely lovely.
Right, lads and ladies, we are respectable men and women. We will look respectable. Life has changed for you. You are under the guise of the Wobbegong crew, and therefore you will look like it. Let's go. Yes, you may have candy. No, you may not have. You may not make your hair blue, and that is all.
Nice.
I love it.
Between me,
I also feel really bad because I know, like, as a player, I have many times been in that, like, oh, I want our characters to like look like regular people and be professional and all this stuff. And I have many times been the player who's like, yeah, my character looks great and I can go in this thing. And someone else is like, I've got a half troll guy who like farts all the time and blows stuff up, you know. And just like, and somebody else is like, my character is a half fire elemental and I'm like burning all the time. And I'm like, oh my god, we can't take you anywhere. And Maud is totally that, like, oh my god, I can't take her anywhere.
You get the jobs, we're going to go hang out with the bums. I'm sorry. The downtrodden bums is not way to say it. That's me
cool.
for downtime.
That's it. I did all my downtime actions in one thing.
Awesome.
So we are downtimed.
Neat.
Hey,
Judd, remember the barrister we were talking about who we have his, or I should say Charming has his watch?
Yes.
I think his name is Finn Rowan.
Oh, nice. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah, he
PhinRowan.
I'm glad you remember that, Pete.
Yeah,
Thank you, Pete.
Visited us in the last session or so.
Yeah,
not last one before, yeah. Yeah, good memory.
The first thing I did was say,
not a good memory.
Hey,
I was going through Gaspar and I found it.
Oh, nice.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Cool. And now it's job time.
Yeah. I think before we go on said job, it might make some sense to, I think at some of this point we would have sent someone over to find out what exactly we're looking for. I don't know.
Yeah. It is, actually, he did mention it. He mentioned that it was a book by the Emperor before he was undying.
Yes, before the cataclysm.
Yeah.
Pre-cataclysmic tome.
Yeah.
So basically, it's on Kindle.
It's totally on Kindle.
Yeah.
It is the Demonic Lexicon Volume 3.
Awesome.
I hate seagulls.
So we have to pick a plan and a detail to go along
I
with
think
it.
it's clear the only way we do this is just by kicking the door in and killing everybody inside.
Yeah, sure. That
I
would
think what we should do is we should kick open the door, have the children run through as fast as possible. Anyone who doesn't make it will just get right off. But the ones who make it can have some of the candy that I bought earlier.
Yeah, that cold-hearted trait hasn't really affected you at all. It's good.
No, not really.
anyone who goes in there is, first off, no one should go in there that could be possessed. So that makes the three of us is the crew for this job. Maybe Kyle, but we're not bringing any others because we know the sisters. They're half alive, half dead. We've run into them before, and it's been bad. Remember Rorik?
How can I forget Rorik? He and I talk often. He and I have a plan. That's a clock I didn't put up. Shoot.
Look, by the way I see it, we gotta get inside, get what we need, and get out, right? So, Scannon, what are we gonna do?
I'm glad you asked. First off, I'm going to walk up to my dining room table. I'm going to look at all the children around them. I'm going to take out a handful of candy and throw it out into the hall.
They all run after it.
I'm going to shut the door, and I'm going to shut the door and latch the bolt and throw the bolt. Now then, we are going to do this, I think, by assault first. Or I'm sorry, by stealth first.
What? How do we do that?
Well, I go in. I get the tome. I come out again. Most likely either on fire or being chased by something. And then you kill it.
All right, Mom, what's your idea?
Last time we had dealings with them, I was able to tap into their ghost network, and they go by they come in pairs, and they go by the hours of the night, silver and honor, chain, and so forth. And I was able to hear what they were communicating, and it got us to get the lead on where Rorik was. If I can do it again, I can tell where they are, what they're saying to each other. And we can know when the home is undefended, when they're out and about, and when we have a good chance to get in.
When we were out helping Rorik, there were many of the pairs out at that time, as I recall.
True, because they were looking for Rorik.
But so what could we dangle as a bait for them this time?
She sort of looks over at the ashtray that we've seen Rorik like put his ephemeral ashes in on the dining room table. And she's like, I doubt they've stopped looking. Or if they thought they had a chance. I'm not sure if our man would be in to help us with this, but he's the best bait we've got, if that's what you're looking for.
Why don't we ask him then?
What's that, Trumming?
Why don't we ask him then?
I agree.
Yeah, he like you smell his cigarettes before you see him, and then he kind of forms at the table. You want me to be bait for a job?
Well, given the fact that we've committed to getting you back and staying here in the physical plane, I think that
I owe you
something else.
Well, if you have a better idea about how we could get the Dimmer sisters out of their home, I'm certainly not committed to this one. But it seems like, from what we know, you're someone they're willing to go put their wheels into motion to go exert themselves to find.
I'm going to stand up and I'm going to walk behind Rourke, start massaging his shoulders. Look.
Such as they are.
Well, I mean, I can. Look, Rourke.
Right.
Oh, that's right. You got the ghost touch thing, didn't you? I forgot.
Way I see it, you know them better than we do. Well, if not using you is the best way to do it, then fine. But if it is, you should tell us either way, right? And they give him a good smack on the shoulder and sit down next to him.
I just realized that we have +1 action rating to finesse, prowl, or skirmish.
We've already taken that. It's a one-time thing. You like add a dot.
I don't remember what I added to. I hope I did well.
We took it a long time ago. Judd, should we make like a group action sway roll to try and convince him to go on this job with us?
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, that's what I think. I feel like it's that like. I don't think there is a better bait than Rorik, right? Like I don't think.
No.
Like here's
I don't think so either.
So, and we're definitely
really
not
good.
commanding him to do it. I don't think we're consorting. I think we're trying to sway him. Like,
so we're all rolling for this one?
Yeah. Who wants to lead this?
Me.
I got nothing in the sway department. I guess it'll be me.
We're all. It's mostly who can take the stress. I mean,
I can take the stress. Oh, I can take the stress.
We can take a different approach on it. We could also command him to do it.
I can take the stress. That's okay.
I think command doesn't really work with Rorik, especially not the way we're dealing with it.
Yeah.
I think it has different implications. I think if we fail a command roll, his feelings about us might be a lot different than if we fail a sway roll. But
not only that, but I think that offering him some physical body time. I've carried him before. I can carry him again if he wants to actually.
Yeah, I think that's a decent devil's bargain. Frankly, is like being like, I'll take you.
Devil's bargain.
Yeah, but yes, what we're doing right now sounds to me like sway. It doesn't sound like. I think if we wanted to command, we'd have to be like, you owe us. You better do it.
Sway is appropriate.
Cool. Right. Yeah, take a devil's bargain die for the body time idea. That's great.
Okay.
Yep. Scannon, why don't you take that bargain since you're the one who offered it?
Okay.
So yeah, we all roll sway. We take the best result. And
what's the are we whiskey tango again?
Oh yeah, what's our position and effect?
Risky. Limited.
Okay. I'm happy with that. I'll accept. All right. Well, you didn't cause stress, Jay.
Yeah, Scannon did.
Oh, balls! Jesus. Ugh.
You just rolled a single 6 earlier too, so it's just like the universe.
Well, I don't feel bad now that I saw that Mod rolled a 2.
Yeah. So you take 2 stress, and we get a 4. But hey, at least we did it. with
so with a little shaken up when I smacked him when I gave him a little shoulder up.
Yeah.
Yeah. No. That intimidation was not lost on him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. None of us have ghost voice, right? I don't think any of us do. Okay. Because if we had ghost voice, we'd actually have potency talking to him.
What sheet would that be?
It's on the slide sheet. It's on Will's sheet. But we could take it as a veteran advance if we wanted to.
Oh, okay.
And so it's not a bad one for anyone on our crew to take, honestly. It's like Ghost Fighter, but it's with talkies. It gives you the ability to talk to ghosts no matter what, even if they're feral and crazy, and you get potency when you're talking.
Okay. So the complication is that when you guys were looking for Rorik or the Alas Poor Rorik job, there were other groups looking for him too.
Right.
There were some Railjacks. There were the
Spirit Wardens.
The Spirit Wardens. So my complication is he says, fine, let's do it. But what you guys don't know is that those groups are going to end up being tossed into this too.
Okay.
Great. Right. The moment he goes topside,
Yeah.
they're going to start sniffing him out as well.
Yep.
I'm you took one for the team leading this. I'm willing to take one to resist this complication if we feel like it's something we really don't want to tangle with. The Rail Jackson Spirit Wardens.
You see, that's a rough one because we're already taking on a really tough group.
Yeah.
Utilizing both occult and stealth to get this job done.
So I think, Judd, tell me, does this sound right? Does resisting that sound like insight? Like knowing that, oh shit, this is going to be a problem if we don't do this carefully?
Yeah, sure.
So Maud, I'm going to resist with insight. So we don't, to reduce or remove the complication. Nice.
We can throw stress. Oh, never mind. I was about to say we can throw stress at you, but there you go.
Yep. Nope. It's good. And Maud says, if this sounds right to you, Judd, she says, what we're gonna have to do. Last time he was being chased by 2 other crews, but they were both on the level. Railjacks and Wardens are citywide institutions, and if we want to make sure that they don't get back into this, we have to spread the word around just amongst, the billhooks, perhaps Skurlock himself, but not in places that any legit institutions are going to hear about. We can't put this on just out on the street. We've got to make sure that it's only the underground occult shops that hear about this. I'm trying to think if there's any other crews that we know that we have good faction with that are in the occult world that we could. I mean, Skurlock is maybe kind of it.
The Unseen?
Well, we don't have any faction with the Unseen. The Unseen would totally be, but
I still have to start infiltrating these guys.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I think the crows are probably fine. Like they're not super like supernaturally savvy, but they're very prominent. They run Crow's Foot, and I think if we just let some of them know. Of course they would. Of course they could be the ones to tell, because Rorik used to be their leader. Duh. That's why. Right. I was like,
there you go.
Why do the crows feel like the right fit? Yeah, there we go. There we go.
Did they trim the hell out of their leader?
What's that? Didn't we trim
their leader?
Yeah, Lissa. I think
yes.
Lissa. Yeah. So I think So Maud will say, let's let a few of the crows know, so that they get word out, but it stays in Crow's Foot and it stays under the radar of the Wardens and the others who might come after him. We already have the Wardens in our business enough. We don't need them coming after this.
Sounds good.
You can decide whether or not I just reduce that complication to a lesser one or negate it altogether. Like it doesn't.
You've reduced it. It's going to be a while before that group. Matter of fact, I'm going to make a clock for when those groups are in play.
Cool.
Okay. Can we take a short break, guys?
Yeah,
absolutely.
Thanks.
Absolutely. Hold on 1 second. Let me get things. If you need to go. But I will. I need a moment to.
I shall return.
All right, and we will be back as well in just a few minutes.
Start this job.
Come on, OBS. You can do it.